Paintshop Pro Intermediate Layer tutorial. We are going to create an image using layers. First, what we want to do is get a new image. So we will go up here to this little paper with the bent over edge and select it. You want to be sure and get the width and the height that you want. You want it in pixels. You don't have to worry about this part right here. Right here in the little drop down menu, you can pick the background. I normally stick with white, black, or transparent. Today I'm going to use black. You don't have to worry about this right here. Just hit OK. And as you will see, an image will come up with the black background that you picked. Okay, next we want to go get the images that we're going to use. And these are the 4 that we will be using. This is what the finished product is going to look like. Okay. All right. So first we want to take the column, which will be your first layer that you're going to work with. And you will just right click it up here in this area and hit copy. And then go to the new image that you created and right click again and hit paste as a new layer. Okay, we don't need this column anymore. We're kind of done with it, so you can just X out of that. Okay, I use a lot of filters. Filters are a great thing that you can use. They can be downloaded on the web. There are all kinds of them that you can get for free. The one that I'm going to use is called Virtual Photographer. As you see, there's a little drop down menu when this window opens that shows you all the different filters that you can use in here. And let's see, that's not the filter that I want. So I'm going to cancel out of that. And what I want is flaming pear. What I'm looking for is lacquer. So as you see, these are all the filters that are in flaming pear. Click on the lacquer. And this is the settings that I want already. You can click this little dice and it will take you through different presets that Flaming Pear has. And then once you find something that you like, you just hit OK, or you can create your own, which is what I do. And just hit OK. Now, as you see, it's put like the little sparklies on it. I want to clean this up a little bit because I don't like some of this in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get my clone brush. Just click on it and then go to your image. What you need to make sure is that you have these layers, these two merged. So you want to merge all, flatten it. Then right click somewhere on the black and then go to the parts that you want to clean up and just kind of dab over it a little bit. That. All it's doing is just cleaning it up a little bit. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to go get the misted girl. Same thing, you just right click, copy, then go back to your image, right click, and paste as new layer. Okay, now you want to move her in the image where you want her. And then what I did was get layers. Okay, so now what we want is we want our layer palette. My toolbars are probably going to look different from yours. All of these I use and I set this up for myself. Up here, the little red and the blue 2 papers, that is your layer palette. When you open it up, it shows you the layers that you have. What I want to do is I want to take the layer 1, and I want to lower the opacity down on it to where it looks like she's just kind of floating in the image. So I took it down to like 27%. Okay, and then lastly, what I want is the little flowers. And you do the same thing, just right click, copy, go back to your image you're creating, right click, and paste as new layer. Now, as you will see in the finished one here, that what I did basically was just move this over somewhere like in there. And as you can see on my finished product, I left the layers so I could see. So what I did with that flower was I lowered it down to 42. And I also did an overlay. When you click on this little screen right here, it gives you options. And you can just play with those. They will show you different things that you can do. Okay, so we want to go to the one that we're working on and get our layer palette and find the little flower, and we want to take that down to 42 and then do 42, and then we want to do an overlay. See, that just kind of misses it out. Now lastly, you don't want this on her face, so what you want to do is take your eraser and just kind of clean it up, just like we did a while ago. And then lastly, you want to go to your layers, and you can either merge them if you want to save this as a PNG or a JPG, JPEG. If you save it in a PSP format, then you will have your layers, or if you want to go back later and work on it, you can. Otherwise, save your finished product by merging all, file, save as, and then name your image. New image 22. And right here is where you can change it in the PNG format or the JPEG, and also the PSP, which lets you save it in the layer form. And that is our lesson for today.